All right, I have 3 people standing next to me in our studio here, and
Would it be safe to say that you consider them all sons?
I would say, well, I really took them under my wing.
Yeah.
No, so around COVID time, and I think these guys had kind of just started their internship
that's
program.
the case, yeah.
And all of a sudden, the company said, "Nope, everybody's got to go."
Right.
And so we couldn't just cut these guys loose because they're doing this for school.
Yeah.
So they managed to complete their internship program at home, which I'm curious as to how that worked anyway. But they were doing work at home. So we wanted to say hi to them and also goodbye because each of our interns gets kind of an exit interview.
Yes.
And so we never got a chance to do it. So we would like to welcome back to our studio to say goodbye.
And hello.
Andrew Kent, Ed Betts, and Nick Grandizio this morning. Hi, guys.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good
Nice
morning.
to see you. By the way, Nick, did I get your last name right?
Yeah, you were very close.
Is it Grandizio?
Yeah.
Okay, I did. I went with Grandizio.
Like back here, I get it.
All right.
Very Italian there.
So, yeah, how deep, well, we'll start with you, Ed. How deep was it into your internship when you were told you couldn't come in anymore?
I actually started in September.
Okay.
Here, so I actually had the full semester. So
Okay, so you had a little bit of time. What about you, Andrew?
Same thing, September.
And Nick?
I started in late December.
Okay, so a little bit less time for you.
Yeah.
And then we had to send you home. What were you guys doing for us while you were at home? Anybody jump in?
It was mostly writing logs,
Okay.
and then for myself and Ed, we had to still do the clips. And after we were cut off in March and we were working from home, we did the clips up until January 2021. So we were on
Yeah.
for 10 more months.
Oh my God! Because we had nobody else to go to. We couldn't
Yeah,
bring in
right.
new interns,
Exactly. Mhm.
And so therefore, you guys.
and the building, by the way, stayed a lot more restrictive. Like we had to abide by what the building was telling us
Right.
because we happened to be in a building that we don't own. So yeah, it made it more restrictive. So, given your druthers, would you rather be on premises doing what you do or remotely doing what you were doing for us?
Fair question.
I think I'd rather be on premises, but I was happy to at least be able to finish from home. So.
Did you feel a sense of, because Marissa tries very hard, as does everyone, to give the interns a sense of ownership of the show and be a part of it and make it happen. Were you getting that remotely?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, I still enjoyed myself from home, but obviously I'd rather be in studio if I were to work. And I prefer to work in person over at home. It just is a more enjoyable environment.
As do we. Yeah, that's why we stayed. We worked the entire thing.
Were you guys able to go to school at all? I mean, because so many schools were restrictive during that time as well.
Well, that was my senior year, so I graduated in May. So I was finished up in May, just did all my work from home from March to May, so I didn't really have much to do.
It was such an odd year in so many respects, and the starting and stopping, and people being home, and then you go back to school for a little while, and then you had to go and do home learning again. So we appreciate you guys doing what you did from home.
Yeah.
But it would have been better for all of us for you to be here.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Nikki, were you focused in on radio?
I was doing radio, and then I also was doing theater, and kind of both got destroyed from COVID.
They got leveled.
Were you
Yeah.
Mary Poppins? Did you
I was
play?
in Mary
Okay,
Poppins,
that's
so we got
right.
to do 2 shows before it got canceled.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
looked like weird. Kind of looked like a zombie apocalypse. If you saw the set, it's just like there.
It's cool though. You got to do the debut and the farewell final performance within the same week. It's amazing.
But you worked so hard, like because my kids were in Bye Bye Birdie, and they had worked for like rehearsal starting in January, and they worked there all through January and February into March, and then nothing.
And then Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah,
totally. Oh man.
So, go ahead, Preston.
Well, I was going to say, well, you guys ended up, completing the internship program, which is cool. And you've all graduated since?
Yes.
Oh, well, then we got to find out what's happening. So we'll start with you, Andrew. What you went to Temple? You had said it was your
did.
senior year, graduated, and then what?
So I was freelancing for a while, worked at Acme first, and then moved to Conshohocken, freelance for a while, worked for NFL Films and a bunch of production companies around the area, and then I got a job at QVC back in June. So I've been doing that.
Still going? Excellent.
Still going, yeah.
We love QVC.
What do you do at QVC?
I'm a production coordinator, so I'm pretty much in charge of taking all the product from the warehouse, setting it up, and then moving it from set to set and just making it all look
It's a
nice.
machine. It's a military operation
Oh,
there. I mean,
100%.
and by the way, so you're are you basically set dressing as well?
They have another department called Sets and Props that does that.
Okay,
but
all right.
Yeah, we're mostly just in charge of taking care of the host as well as setting up all the product.
All right. Andrew got in the broadcast industry.
I love
I
it.
call that a win right
Yes.
there. I'd say
Wait,
that's
wait.
successful. All right, hold on. There you go. One up, order up.
Yep.
Ed, what about you?
So I'm in I graduated in May of 2020 from Temple with a master's
Oh.
in media studies in media studies and production.
Okay.
Someone
been-
wasted a little more money. No, that's great. Temple's great. Yeah.
So I'm in the newspaper business. So I'm
And how many houses on your route?
Dude.
No. What are you doing?
I'm a newspaper page designer. So I'm
graphics.
So I'm doing kind of like graphic design
And
for the
layouts?
newspaper, doing kind of a layout.
All right.
So-
What paper?
So it's basically every suburban Philly newspaper. We also have a few
Like Town Talk and stuff like that.
like Town Talk, the Daily Times.
Oh.
Can you
the-
get
the
Casey
main
on the
reporters.
cover of Town Talk?
What was that?
Mainline Times?
Yeah, I don't think Mainline Times is part of us, but the Reporter, which is in Lansdale.
What is your favorite font?
Yeah. Courier Times.
I'm just a Times New Roman.
Times New
I'm an
Roman.
Ariel guy.
Classic. Yeah, dig it.
Nice. And Ed still comes out. We still see him.
It comes
from time
out,
to time at
yeah.
events and all kinds of stuff. So it's always nice to see you there.
That's cool. You're doing that, and your ultimate goal would be to remain in what you're doing.
I would love to try to get more into the broadcasting side.
Okay.
'Cause I love audio editing. It's so much fun.
All right.
But you're in journalism, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully something opens up in that way. There you go. That's a win as well. And then Nick, how about you?
You're not going to be ringing a bell for me, sadly. No, with COVID, kind of things had to take a little bit of a turn. So I was at Acme for a little while, and then after Acme, I actually worked at a dispensary for a little bit. After the dispensary, I now work for a company called Globus.
Okay.
And there I work on a team called Field Asset Management, and basically I'm an analyst that helps the sales force get products and inventory that they need in order to sell to surgeons. So that way they can be successful for cases and stuff like that.
Oh well, listen. Anything related to the medical industry can be lucrative. Is it proving to be good for you so far?
Yeah, it's actually like my first Monday to Friday
Okay,
job. And
yeah.
so this is the first time I'm off like weekends.
Still doing theater, or going
I
to
actually,
reemerge?
I've been telling my friends I've been getting the theater bug itch recently.
yeah.
Again. So I've been kind of waiting for an opportunity to arise. Like I recently moved to King of Prussia, so looking around those theaters.
All right. These guys got careers going.
Listen,
That's
and
cool.
they were great for us, and that was such it sucked. I mean, we have a great crew of interns now,
Yeah.
and having them back. I mean, honestly, Marissa, as I said before, makes it an essential part of the whole experience that you're part of putting the show on every day. So it's great.
Anybody in steady relationships right now, or are we all single? What's going on?
Or are you a throuple?
Might be a throuple.
Yeah.
I'm engaged. I'm getting married May 13th.
This year?
Yeah,
Congrats.
Good
my
for you.
fiance Julia.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about you, Ed?
I'm single.
All right. Andrew?
It's a little complicated.
All right. It's complicated.
Let's just say there's a paternity test involved.
Why did he have to ask this question?
Well, cool.
Is she
I have
currently
to ask.
listening?
Any moment, one moment that stood out for you guys? We'll start the other way, Nick, on the show and doing something for the show. A moment that really resonated with you that you will remember all the days of your life.
So there's this. Ed asked me, like he told us beforehand, like make sure you have like a favorite moment when you come in. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm trying to think of all these like moments, but this one moment like really keeps like pointing out at me, and it's so as you probably remember, the Dunkaccino machine wasn't working for a long time when we were here.
Yeah.
Still not
And
working.
so we used to have to like get the coffee from Dunkin' like outside.
Yeah.
And we'd come back. And so my whole life, I've never liked coffee. I've never really drank coffee. I was a milk drinker. I was a water drinker my whole life. So I never really was into a situation where I had to make coffee for people. And I feel like this is a gap of knowledge that I just have. So one time you had a couple of guests and they were listening guests and someone was like, hey, Nick, could you get him a cup of coffee? And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I go in there and get coffee and I'm like doing like all this stuff, like trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm like, I give it back to him. I'm like sitting against like the wall. I think you guys are doing like bizarre files. And this guy like who's drinking the coffee, he's like, hey, Nick. And I like go over to him like, what's up, man? He's like, Nick, you're a nice guy. I gotta be honest with you. This is the worst cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. I was like, this is the first cup of coffee I ever made in my life, so I'm glad it's edible.
Oh my God.
There you go.
That's great.
Being put to the test.
Hey, there's still people here who've been working it for years that don't know how to make coffee, so
Okay.
don't worry about it. All right, what about you, Ed?
I gotta say, when Terry Crews was in studio,
Yeah.
there was such a buzz in the studio.
Oh, he was great.
Oh.
He is so much fun.
Yep.
Nice. Andrew, you?
So I'm a massive movie buff. I've been making movie reviews and writing stuff for the last 7 or so years. So when M. Night Shyamalan and when Rian Johnson were both in studio, I was shaking. I remember I walked up to Ryan and I didn't even like introduce myself. I said, "Hey, nice to meet you. I love Star Wars, big Star Wars guy." And he seemed like he was really freaked out and just walked right out.
Oh, man. You know I'm not George Lucas, right?
Nice. Excellent. Well, listen, it is great to have you guys back in here, and thank you for all the work you did, not only here in the studio, but at home for an extended amount of time. We appreciate it, and we can't do it without our interns.
Yes,
There's a lot of
absolutely,
work that
yeah.
needs to be done. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
for
right,
inviting us.
all right.
Thanks
Good
for
to
having
see
us.
you. And they're on their way. Normally we send them off not knowing what's going to happen, but we already know.
now.
These guys are doing great, and it's a wonderful thing. So we have a new crew of interns that are being transitioned in as we speak.
And I love it. And if you have any interest, Marissa, I know that you're always looking, right? So contact Marissa. Just
Yep.
go to the website.
That's what you do. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back in just a moment. Make sure you stay with us this morning.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Hi, I'm Alexa.
I'll have